G'day YouTube, my name's Lance. Welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report, 21 to 30 and it's quite humid. It's nice and sunny outside, but we have got a bit of cloud cover coming and going over the top there, so they're normally the days where the shed's quite noisy and creaks and groans and carries on. But I've got the microphones back up working this week. I didn't have them on last week. All I can think of, I must have left them off last time and not charged them because I got halfway through the stew and there was no sound at all. So anyway, rookie error. Hey, I'll come good soon. Shouldn't be long. But a little bit later this morning, we went away on the weekend and went over to the Kangaroo show, with Dave and Malteser and a couple of our friends sort of thing, and met some family friends over there and went to the show. So I towed the tractor over there with Goldie and the trailer and off we went away for the weekend. So we got home yesterday, Sunday. It's Monday now, and I have to have the ute all packed up, ready, sorted, serviced up again, ready to roll out Friday morning, this Friday. So this Friday we're heading down to the Fergie Fire Up and we're going the long way, St George, probably Thallon, Nindy Gully Pub, Thallon, Dirrambandy, Lightning Ridge, and we were going to go to Burke. And anyway, someone messaged me and said, oh look, have a think about camping at Burke. Mightn't be the best place to go. And I said, oh, why is that? And they said, oh, the crime rate. They said, when you go to the bottle shop out there, the bottle shop's all covered in concrete reinforcing mesh. So look, we've had a rethink and we're going to pop down through Gilgandra way, I think. But then we're heading west out to Lake Chilligo, going out that way. So that's the plan at this stage, likely to change. We got some maps. I got HEMA. In Australia, you got HEMA maps and they're a great mob and they got the most accurate maps in Australia. And they do have an app, and we do have, I do have an app on the dash in the car for HEMA, and I also have your Google Maps, Google Maps is fine for highways and towns, but we're heading up into the high country for a bit of a look, and we ordered some high country maps, but we got them last week, but where I ordered a bundle of 4, like a package, I only sent 1, so they're sending them. So they started sending them last Thursday, I think. So yeah, let's hope they get here by the time we leave. We want to go up, some of the steeper country and some of the high country camping and have a look at that on our way home. So so let's hope that all works out. But this morning I've had the ute up on the hoist already, and even though I serviced it a month ago, I've just been putting around town, but we did take the tractor over and back to Kuya on the weekend, and that's hard enough work for a vehicle. So I've changed over to an LSA oil 1540 that's DPF compatible. So in our heat here, I actually read the owner's book this morning, and it runs a 530 or a 030 oil, and the 30 being the normal operating temperatures, but the 0 or the 5 being the cold start part of your oil. So we don't have that problem here, and and it said if you're doing heavy work or a lot of highway use and that, you can go to a slightly heavier oil. So I've gone to a 1540 diesel max 1540. It reads really well. It's got Cummins, Mack, UD, Nissan, all that sort of thing. It meets all the specs for the trucks, and diesel DPF compatible, so it won't clog the filter up and all that sort of thing. So I reckon that's a go. I'm going to start running it on that. I reckon it's a little bit quieter straight away, but anyway, that might be imaginitis. And I got a terrain tamer filter kit and for the 79 series, and terrain tamer, they just seem to have good stuff. So yeah, this morning I dropped the oil out, put a terrain tamer engine oil filter on. The other one had only done like probably about 1,200 kilometres. Not even that, I don't think. I'd have to have a look, but yeah, I thought, oh bugger it, oil and filters are cheap, so I've dropped that out. Yeah, they have a little thing of common rail fuel additive in there, so both tanks are half empty, so they're around 60 litres probably in each of them, 50, 60. So I poured a bottle of that in each, and I'll run around on that until Friday morning or Thursday night when I fuel a ride up ready to go west. So yeah, not a lot of, well, actually nothing in the shed this week. I have got the little machine shop tidied up more than it was last week, and the laptop set up and things like that up there. So I am progressing with that late of a night, and through the week I did 13 PDO collars and a couple of governor rods. So that should get us going while we're away. Or should have be enough stock while we're away touring around a little bit. Been in contact, the people that are looking at the business, they're in constant back and forth mode. So who knows, we're going away. Yeah. We're going on a holiday. So yeah, going to go down to this Fergie muster, which is something we're looking forward to. I got the ute out the front on the grass, and I'll probably, last time when I changed the diff oil, the back diff oil, the front diff oil was brand new, looked beautiful. The back oil was a bit grey, maybe from a limb slip, but it had done 20,000 kilometres. So I changed it when I changed the oil about 15,000 clicks ago. So I'm going to drop that out again. It's only 2.5 litres of oil in there. And after towing the tractor over to Kuya, yeah, look, I'll just see how it goes. Hey, what's 2.5 litres of oil amongst mates, eh? So the Kuya show that we went to, pardon me, we went over there just as a bit of support. The Kuya show, we went over there as a bit of support, and like I say, I took the Gold tractor, and when I have the carry-all on the Gold tractor, I've got to tie it up with a ratchet strap so it doesn't come and rub on the ramps on the back of the trailer. So got it over there all right, run it round there a little bit, not much. Time to do the Grand Parade. Went and did the Grand Parade. Just coming, probably not even halfway on the Grand Parade. Like we had to wait for the cars and the horses and all that to go through, and we were last. And yeah, got out in the Grand Parade, got halfway round, and old Goldie just brrr, like I turned the key off. And I thought, that's odd. So I knew it had, we put brand new fuel and all in it on the way. And I pulled the lead off and spark disappeared. So I thought, God, that's bloody odd. So I tried getting it going out there, and I couldn't get it going. So, yeah, I'm a bit embarrassed, but I said, don't worry about things like that. So, yeah, Malteser, he took out a Twin City, a Minneapolis Moline. So, yeah, he went back and grabbed a ratchet strap, and we hooked it on the front of Goldie and towed Goldie up to the camp. And I thought, oh, what's going on there? Because, she never misses a beat, the little thing. And, yeah, I just had a really, really weak spark. And I thought, oh, okay. So, and the coil was warm. So I thought, oh, well, I'll give it a rest for a bit. So we're just having a yarn. Another bloke come up for a yarn. And I thought, right, I'll give it a go. So I hit the key, started him up, fired up like a beauty. Plenty of fuel in the carby and all that. Fired it up like a beauty. And I was sort of feeling around things. And all of a sudden, like you turned the key off again, just brrr. And we could not get that bloody thing started again. So today, I didn't look at it then. I got a little winch on the trailer. So I winched it up on the trailer and brought him home. And I had to get Rocket and Malteser to, when I was getting towed off the arena, the starter wound okay. So I had to have the lever lifted in the back because of the carrier. I had to have the lever up, and every so often I'd have to wind the key to lift the hydraulics up, so I didn't plough big, so I didn't drag along the ground. So yeah, when I got home yesterday, I tried to start it, nothing. So I backed the trailer into the front door here and just let it run down. And instead of the key, you can bypass the safety switch. I've got a press button solenoid on the side, so I just put it in reverse and hit the press button solenoid, and that wound it down enough so the weight down the ramps would get it in the shed here. So, but on the trip home, with Malteser and Rocket lifting it up and me putting the ratchet strap on, we kind of got it as high as it would normally go, because it did come down and rub on the ramps a bit on the carryall. So anyway, that's just how it goes, doesn't matter. So today I thought if I got a bit of time, I'm going to go over and try and diagnose Goldie. I suspect it's a coil. It's got a Bearco electronic ignition on that's been on since about 2006 or 7, something like that. And look, it's been good. And the other day I was washing it up. I was just giving it a bath. They get a bit dusty in the shed. I was just giving it a bath to go. And it always just starts and runs first time, and you can pressure clean it, hit the key and away it goes. And anyway, I hit the key and wouldn't start. And I thought, you bloody thing. So I thought, I wonder if I got a bit of moisture in around the distributor. So I lifted the cap off. Where the 2 clips go into the distributor, it had knocked a hunk of plastic out of the cap in the middle there. So just knocked her out. So anyway, I raced into the shop and didn't have one in stock and couldn't get one in time. So we went over with a little hole in the distributor cap, but it didn't seem to worry it. But yeah, I don't think it's the module in the distributor, where it could be. I'm yet to prove what the problem is. But when I was winding it over, I'd pull the wire out of the coil, out of the centre of the distributor, and I'd hold it on the oil filler cap and wind him over. And when it didn't want to start, oh, you were flat seeing the spark. It was very, very weak. Then I was just talking and I thought, oh, well, let's cool down. I went and had a look and bang, she started chucking a nice spark and it started straight away. But then when it stopped, I had another go and the spark was flat out. You were flat out being able to see it. So anyway, I'll test the coil later. I do have another electronic distributor up the front there in case the module's played up. I've seen it a couple of times, but it's usually, if they're going to do it, it's straight out of the box. They have this like heat sink paste, and there was a batch come out, and look, this is getting back years ago, where the heat sink paste wasn't thick enough, and we just had to pull the modules off, put a bit of thicker paste on, and away you go. So anyway, yet to do that. If I have time today and I'm over there fiddling, I'll take the camera over and I'll, if I find out what's going on, I'll explain it and see. But I just haven't got there yet. Through the week, I gave pretty rough old drawings, but I drew up that David Brown hydraulic setting tool and I've sent them to Shane. Then I got home from the weekend away yesterday and Shane had a message here, could I have some photos, or could he have some photos of this bracket? He was having trouble understanding my diagrams, I think. That's fair enough. And so I've taken photos and sent them, so he's going to have a crack at drawing it and we'll just see. But in chatting, on email, he came up with the idea of 3D printing them. And so I have a 3D printer here, so if they can get drawn up, look, that would make them affordable to people. The little tool that I have, Barry was saying, Man from the Mist, was saying that one sold in England for £350. So they're worth bloody more than gold. So anyway, if we can get them drawn up and it's a sensible thing and there's a good STL file that we can use with 3D print software, that'd be probably a pretty good thing to do. I know from Steiner, Sparex and that, some of the clutch aligning tools that were available, plastic now, you know, they're blow moulded plastic, so that'd be an option. But we'll just see how it goes. No hurry for that. I'm going away for 3 weeks, so who knows? Who knows what we'll get up to. I've got the GoPro all charged up. I've got to find a little walk around handle. I think it's in the ute. If you understood my ute, you'd understand. It's 2 years old. In the terrain tamer filter kit, there's actually a carbon cab filter kit, a cab filter. So I've put that in, and when I pulled the filter out, pulled the glove box out and pulled the filter out, in the time I've had it, you think you keep your car pretty clean, but the dust and shit on that screen inside. So yeah, so they got a carbon filter, so that's in there, going good. So, but yeah, so not a lot's happened in the shed apart from tidy up the front, make a few parts for work, get the ute ready to go away for this last weekend. Now we've pulled all the bedding out, the whole lot, and Jude's washed all the sheets and all that sort of thing. We're going to get it all back in, and we've got the mattresses in last night. We're going to put our chairs back in and the tables and give everything a bit of a wipe over, ready for a bit of camping, bit of motel stay, and we'll just see how we go. So yeah, not a lot in the stew. I have charged the battery on Goldie overnight, so I know it's on full charge. Because yeah, a lot of winding trying to get it to start. It was getting down a little bit. So yeah, I'll see that. But I will try and do some of that this morning if I can, and work out what's going on. I would be pretty sure I would have a spare coil up the back. Well, look, I'd have one on the TEA anyway. If I didn't have a new one here, I'd have one on the TEA. So that'd be a quick and easy test as well. So anyway, we'll just see how we go. So that might do the chat for the moment. So I can, well, I've got nothing really to talk about apart from Goldie bloody playing up on me. Blotting her copybook. I'll have it on the market soon. Gives me the shits, it'll have to go. So poor old thing. So, but yeah, it's been a reliable tractor. Years ago, it blew that Welsh plug out the back of the head, and then this time it's just lost spark. So, yeah, I should take diesel tractors. I nearly took the 135, and I thought, oh, poor old Goldie, I haven't had it out for a while. I might just take it just for something different. Oh, and another bit of a yarn. Talking to Dennis Needer, and he was over at the Kuya show with his FC ute, and beautiful ute. He won ute of the show, and anyway, he's there lining up ready for the grand parade, and I was over the other side with the tractors, and this old bloke comes up and starts telling him this doesn't look right and that doesn't look right. You know, all these old dickheads are always around, and oh, I've got one of these and one of them, and he gets his phone out and shows Dennis the picture, and yeah, here's this old rusty heap of shit, and it, like, yeah, it'd be flat out being enough to do anything with, Dennis was saying. And anyway, Dennis come over to thank me. He says, thanks for driving past. He says, oh, you saved my ass. And I said, oh, did I really? What's this story? So he's telling me about this old bloke that's picking on his car a bit and bloody full of knowledge with his, and then showing him his ute and this rusty heap of shit. And he said, you drove past. And he said, the old bloke stopped and looked, and he said, what a effing dickhead. Who would paint a tractor that colour? Bloody gold and grey. Oh, effing dickhead. And he started picking on me. And he said, got me off the hook. Thanks, Lance. So I said, all right, happy to help. But yeah, the old fellow didn't come and pester me about it. But yeah, it got Dennis off the hook. So we had a bit of a laugh about this old bloke calling me an effing dickhead for parking, getting me grey Fergie and painting it gold. So anyway, I suppose the old bloke was laughing when it shit itself on the grand parade. Probably, doesn't matter. But anyway, it was a good weekend, and yeah, we went over to support family friends of Pincots, and they took a heap of tractors over, and yeah, we met a couple of other people, so it was a good thing. So, but look, that's it for the moment. If I sort the Goldie out, I'll have the camera over there. I'll do a bit of diagnosis, then I'll if I sort it out, I'll tell you how I diagnosed it. And yeah, a few people will probably be interested to see why it just stopped when it's just purrs like a kitten. No, it runs beautifully normally. So I'll let you know. So thanks for dropping by. I don't think there'll be a tractor video out this week. I just don't have time today. I was hoping to get the gearbox out and do a test run on pulling that bottom shaft on the 65, but I've got that much on at the moment. I just won't have time to play in the shed really. I'd like to get Goldie back going. I don't like shit sitting around, yeah, just not working, because then you try and shift it out to get something else out and it all becomes major. So anyway, we'll see. So once again, thanks for dropping by. We'll catch you next week probably. We'll be on the road Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I might have something to put on a stew Monday, Tuesday next week. We'll just see. If you don't hear from me, I'm not dead. I'll probably be parked up at a caravan park or down the side of the river trying to edit on the laptop on the little kitchen table we take with us. So I'll see if I can put something out there for you, but we'll see how we go. So catch you later, eh? Have a good week, and yeah, we might see some of you down at the Fergie Fire Up. Talk to you then.